Hey everyone, it is Tanya. Welcome back to the channel and welcome back to another speed build. Today I'm building a treehouse in the world of Tartosa. For some reason, when I was trying to come up with some fun ideas of what I wanted to build, I came across the thought of a tiny treehouse on this little private island. And I just thought it was such a cute idea, and it's been written down for a while, and I finally felt like doing it with not much of a concept outside of treehouse on island. And this is what I came up with. This ends up having enough space for 3 Sims. I was thinking 1 or 2 parents who actually have bunk beds, which is an interesting choice, I think. And there's also a child's room up on the top floor, and this is a tiny home. It is 56 tiles, and it comes in at 33,358 simoleons, so it's pretty affordable, I think, and of course it has some of the perks that come with the tiny house residential lot type. So if you're interested in downloading this build, it will be available on the Sims 4 gallery. You can find it under my EA ID, which is Gryphi, Gryphi. You can also find it under the hashtag MissGryphi, and that information will also be in the description down below as well. So as you can see here, I'm trying to figure out how I want to do this with how it's going to be held up by trees. I cut out a lot of it because it was a lot of trial and error, and most of the time the trees ended up being severely in the way and you couldn't see what we were doing inside. So I ended up using this stump instead that I scaled up and put under the house. So it looks like it's resting, like the house is resting on this tree stump. And I think that worked out really nicely, and then I'm going to go back and forth with windows for a while, trying to figure out, which windows I want to use, what colors, and it did take a long time to figure out the color of this build, but I think it's pretty striking in the end. I ended up going with pretty high contrast with a yellow wood and then black and white windows, so we should be getting into that shortly. Right now everything's like really pale and beachy, but that wasn't really the vibe I was going for, but I do think it looks nice, and I tried to mimic a lot of the landscaping that I was seeing around the area in Tartosa, so I'm going through Streamlabs OBS and grabbing a lot of the same plants and a couple of other things as well, just to bring in some more color. I used a lot of purple here, and I just thought it came out really pretty in the end, so we're just focusing on that and trying to make it look as realistic and lush as possible. I really like how this build came out. I love doing stuff like this, so if you have any other ideas you would like to see, please do let me know. I'm having a lot of fun building right now. I actually last night spent so much time building, and I have some more things that I'm excited to show you. So keep an eye on the channel this week. There's probably going to be a decent amount of uploads. Anyway, working on the outside here, this is the color I'm going to go with in the ends. And I do have some columns that I put on the ends to make it a little bit more pronounced. Add a little bit of extra detail. I also really like the flower boxes that I put on the windows. They are from the Debug or Streamlabs OBS catalog as well. They have purple flowers, and I think they're really pretty. They're base game, but they're in that catalog, not the regular one, so they're a little bit harder to find. But here is where we're getting to some of these final colors here. I just really enjoy the contrast that this build has. I think it looks really cool. So that's what I was very excited about, and then I'm just trying to figure out what I want for a front door. I really wasn't sure, but I ended up going with this one. I believe that's from Seasons in the end. And then I am using some of these really pretty flower vines to scale up or raise up over on the side of the tree stump, and I have them going up the side of the build as well. I just wanted to incorporate some more of that purple color, and I think it looks really nice. So I am just continuing that, and I do add some other vines up there as well, but the primary thing is the purple flowers. Those are originally from Jungle Adventure, but there's a debug version of them as well that comes with the My Wedding Stories game pack. I'm pretty sure I used the Jungle Adventure ones though. But I guess that doesn't matter too much, but in case you were curious and you wanted access to them, but you only have one of those packs, you should still have them in this color. I think they only come in this color with the debug ones from My Wedding Stories, but I could be wrong. Anyway, I'm working on the terrain paint now. I wanted to add some of this rocky terrain paint. It's similar to the one around here. It's really frustrating that a lot of the terrain paints used in the worlds are not ones we actually get access to, but I was trying to mimic it as best I could. I also used some of these stepping stones to lead you up to the ladder and off to either side of the property, and I just wanted it to look realistic and have a lot of little details. I love the stepping stones. I think they're really nice. I think I said recently that'd be cool to get more of that kind of thing. And I don't know when or why we would get that. I'm really curious about what the new kits are, because it was recently announced that we're getting a new game pack and 2 new kits. And the game pack looks like it's werewolves. Like, I have no doubt at this point. If it's not werewolves, I'm going to be shocked. But the game packs, one of them is like Cozy Nights In, and the other one is something Nights Out. Was it Flirty Nights Out, maybe? But the Cozy Nights In one, I don't know. Like, it could be something outside because the teaser showed like a family in the backyard. But we already have backyard stuff and like perfect patio stuff. So maybe it's like a gameplay kit. This is my speculation right now. Like, what if it's sleepovers? And like, we get sleeping bags. That'd be really cute. Because otherwise, if it was outdoors, I don't know what it would be, because I feel like we have all the other like backyard activities and we have tents, so you could technically do camping in the backyard anyway, but sleeping bags would be kind of cool. Anyway, this is the outside space. Again, I am just getting a table and chairs out here. The table is from Snowy Escape and the chairs are from my wedding stories. And I put one of the debug umbrellas up here as well. I decided to go for an open one, and I also added a swing set. I was really excited that I was able to fit enough space in here so that there could be a child living in here. So I wanted some sort of outdoor activity as well. I have toys inside and they have their own room, but I thought it was really nice to be able to have a swing set out here. And the view, I have it facing out at the water. I mean, are you kidding me? That's beautiful. I really like that, and I put a lot of rocks around here. I was just really trying to make it blend in. I think I achieved that, but you can let me know. But I'm just trying to figure out a bed for up here. I do come back to this a little bit later, but I do end up going with the yellow bed in the end, I'm pretty sure. I was a little indecisive on the colors, but I really like the upstairs bedroom in the end. Downstairs, the reason I went with bunk beds is I wanted the option for there to be 2 Sims that are adults or not children, I guess. It could be any age. Downstairs, so I decided to go with the bunk beds in the end, even though it's a little bit of an odd choice. But I made sure to include other woohoo locations if you do have Sims that would like to partake in such activities. There is a shower, and at the very end of the build, I add a like woohoo bush out back. So there are some options if you want your Sims to do that, or expand the family a little bit. So. Anyway, when you first walk in, there is a little kitchen here and a bookcase off to the side. Everything you would need is in this kitchen. I also added a trash can right next to the bookcase. I think it's all pretty well, like, how do I say this? I think the way I use the space worked pretty well. And if you're unaware, because I get this comment a lot when I make tiny kitchens, your Sims are able to cook and prep food on a corner counter. They can't on like an end piece counter that's like not the full length, but they can on a corner piece. So that's why I placed it like that. It saves space and your Sims are still able to prep on that corner. So yay! And then over here I have the television, and it's on top of a dresser instead of like a TV stand, because that works obviously. But also I didn't have a dresser anywhere else in the build, and that was the best place for me to fit it at that time, at least on this floor. The child ends up having a dresser in their space as well, but I wanted to have one on the main floor for the other Sims that are living here to be able to plan and choose outfits and stuff outside of just selecting a mirror, because for the realism, it's nice to have a dresser. So yeah, that's just what I'm getting over here. We have a little, oh my goodness, what would that be called? A dollhouse made out of cardboard. There's also a trash can I just placed outside, as well as a toy box. So there's lots of activities for this kid to do, and just hanging up some coats and stuff, and getting temperature controls and a fire alarm, all the important things your Sims need, and of course, the cutting boards. There wasn't really space to decorate the counters, so the cutting boards were perfect here because they hang on the wall so they don't interrupt if your Sims can actually use a counter or not. So not only are they cute, but they're one of my favorite decorations for that reason as well. But here's the bathroom. I just have a standing shower, a sink, and a toilet. It's a little bit of a tight squeeze, but I think it worked out nicely. And the backsplash I'm using in here as well in the kitchen is from Jungle Adventure. I think it's a really pretty one. The tile is from there as well. And then the wood I'm using in the rest of the house is from Eco Lifestyle. So yeah, that's mostly it for the bathroom. Just adding a towel as well as a bathrobe. And then I decided it would be kind of cute to put a window at like head height on both of these beds, so you had a beautiful view out from your bed. I don't know why, I just thought it was kind of a cute idea. And then we are upstairs in the kids' room. It ends up being yellow and blue, and I was thinking they really like animals, and they were a younger kid, like maybe just aged up from toddler, so that was the thought process up here. So it's a little bit younger, but I think it's really cute. They have a little desk area, and I have a like side table filling in this little gap that you can't really access. I just wanted it to look built in, so that's what I ended up doing. I got that little activity decoration from the Parenthood pack that has the like crayons and stuff over here. And I'll be putting a dresser in the other little nook. We have a big teddy bear and I believe a height chart as well as a mirror. And that'll be it for the kids' room. I think it's so cute. I really, really like this. I feel like this is like a dream kids room. Like you have a ladder up to your own floor in a treehouse. Hello, dream. So I thought it was a lot of fun. But that's it for this build. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, make sure you give this video a big thumbs up. You can also subscribe to the channel if you have not already and click that bell to be notified when I upload. Thank you so much for watching. Enjoy the screenshots and I will see y'all soon. Bye everyone.